So the Galaxy S8 was just announced last month at Mobile World Congress, and the phone looks great. Everybody's happy. Everybody's excited. Well, not everybody, and including me. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons why you should skip buying the Galaxy S8. What's up guys, Tony here with High Tech Check, and today I'm going to be giving you the 5 reasons why I think you should skip buying the Galaxy S8. Now, I can't deny that the phone looks amazing, but there are a few things that I think, for me and a lot of people out there, are going to be deal breakers. So the first thing I want to talk about is battery life. It still puzzles me why Samsung is not putting the biggest, most powerful battery that they have inside these phones. Now, everybody's probably thinking, well, what, the battery might explode or something like that. Well, look at all these other smaller companies that have these huge batteries in their phones, 5,000 milliamps, 10,000 milliamps, and nothing ever seems to happen to their phone. So why is Samsung having such a big problem with that? So with last year's Galaxy S7 Edge, it had a pretty decent sized battery in it. It was a 3600 milliamp battery, and for the size of the screen, that was great. I mean, you could probably get 2 days of heavy usage out of this phone, and that to me is what the phone battery should be like. In these new phones, the Galaxy S8s, you're getting a 3000 milliamp battery in a phone that's a 5.8 inch, and then a 3500 milliamp battery in a 6.2 inch. So let's put that in perspective. So last year we had the Galaxy S7 Edge, which was 5.5 inches, and you had a 3600 milliamp battery. The resolutions are going to be the same between the S8 and the S7 Edge. So the S7 Edge lasts you probably about a day and a half, 2 days on heavy usage. So now you've taken a screen and almost made it an inch bigger, and you put a battery into it that's 100 milliamps less than what was on the S7 Edge, and you expect that phone to last maybe even the day on heavy usage? There's no way. So what that means is you're going to be charging your phone probably a couple times a day at least if you're a heavy user. Now, if you're a light user and you pick up your phone maybe twice a day, then you won't ever have to worry about that. But for most people, going on Facebook, texting, watching videos and stuff like that is going to eat up a lot of your battery. So the problem there is, even though you might get a full day's usage out of the phone now, the battery is going to degrade. The more times you charge your phone, the faster the battery is going to degrade. And if it's just getting you through the day now, what's going to happen maybe 6 months from now or a year from now? So that's something to think about. I think that Samsung should put at least a 4000 milliamp battery in the 6.2 and at least the 3600 in the 5.7. So that's my biggest gripe. If the phone doesn't last you through the day, it doesn't make sense to buy. So that's number 1. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is the price. For the Galaxy S8 on T-Mobile's network is going to be $750, and the Galaxy S8 Plus is going to be $850. Now, that's quite a lot of money. There's a lot of other companies out there that are bringing you similar phones with much similar features or better features for about half that price. You know that Samsung doesn't spend $1,000 building these phones. So they're skimping in areas, like I said, in these 5 things that I'm telling you. They're skimping on giving you the best phone that they absolutely can, and they're selling it for the most amount of money. Now, I know you're going to say, of course, they're a company, they need to make a lot of money, but just look at how much money Samsung actually makes. So they're not giving you the best product that they absolutely can for the best price. And They could do that and still make a profit. But if you look at some of these other companies like OnePlus, Huawei, some of their phones are going to give you similar specs for half the price, especially the OnePlus. The screens might not be curved, but they usually have the same processors, better RAM, stuff like that. So if you can afford to buy the Samsung, great. If you just have money to blow, awesome. But a lot of people don't. So there are other options out there that are going to give you really similar specs and performance at a fraction of the price. So that's something to keep in mind too. Third thing I want to talk about is Samsung's decision to put the fingerprint sensor on the Galaxy S8 right next to the camera. A lot of people are stating that when you try to put your finger over the fingerprint sensor, you end up touching the camera. So when you go to take a picture, your pictures are gonna have fingerprint marks all over the place, or it's gonna be kind of cloudy or smudged up. And I still don't understand their decision to put the fingerprint sensor right next to the camera. They could have put the fingerprint sensor neutral right underneath the camera, and that would have been great. It would have been easy for everybody to find because your finger naturally goes right to the center of the phone. I'm using the Nexus 6P right now, and it's in the center, and I have absolutely no problem touching the fingerprint sensor on the back. I never touch the camera. So a lot of people that want to use the security of the fingerprint sensor really are kind of stuck because you can't move it. So they took the fingerprint sensor from the front, now put it on the back. You have to pick the phone up to use the fingerprint sensor. Now I also know that they have the unlock, the facial unlock and the iris scanner, but if you're in a dark room and you just kind of want to touch the phone to maybe do something without actually picking it up and holding it, looking at it to unlock it, the fingerprint sensor was the best option. Well, they kind of screwed that up by moving it to the back and right off to the camera. So that's another thing that I really don't understand why they did, and is not the best placement. I don't like it. So the fourth thing I'm going to talk about is kind of old tech. If you look at the rear facing camera on the Galaxy S8 and the S7 Edge, they're identical. So again, this brings me back to the price and the things that Samsung is kind of skimping on, or could have given you better and still made a huge profit. Why they wouldn't put a better camera with more megapixels? They've had the same camera for year after year. I just don't understand. We're supposed to be progressing and moving forward. Technology is always moving, so why do we have like 2 or 3 generations old hardware on the phone? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, it does make sense. They want to save money, but for the consumer, me and you, we're getting gypped, so to say. So that's another thing that I really don't care for. I'd really like to see better megapixel cameras. I know OnePlus, they had, I believe, a 16 megapixel front and rear. Why wouldn't you do that on the Samsung? I'm sure it doesn't cost a huge amount of money to do. I mean, look out for the consumer. This leads me to my last reason. A lot of people were upset about the Note 7 last year, me included. I purchased one and I loved it. Had to give it up because I didn't want to burn down my house, potentially. So, reason number 5, you're looking forward to the Note 8. And I know I am definitely. I'm hoping that they don't screw up the Note 8 like they did the S8. It's most likely going to look like the S8 Plus, but they're gonna have a stylus. I'm hoping to God that it's going to have a bigger battery. If you're gonna make this same size screen, the 6.2, at least have a 4,000 milliamp battery in there. So I'm hoping that they learn from this. I hope maybe they see this video, but please, they've got 4,000 milliamp batteries in some of their other phones. Put it in every phone. Let's move forward. Give us the most battery life for our money that you can. Don't go backwards. Give us batteries that were in your Note 2, we're coming up to the Note 8 here. So just put in a bigger battery, please. That's all I ask for. I just want to be able to use my phone all day and not have to worry about charging it 2 or 3 times a day, because I'm a heavy user. So I'm sure a lot of people out there too. But that was the 5 reasons why I think you should skip on the Galaxy S8 this year. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you feel the same way? Do you not care? Let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell to notify you of new videos when they come out. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.